Welcome back to the Fight Business Podcast. Before we get into this episode, I would like to mention that this podcast is brought to you by me, McGowan Muay Thai Online. If you want to up your training, you can get all of my expertise all on one website. That's my class systems, all of my coaching tips, and a lot more. So head over there and check it out. Now let's get back into the episode. Welcome back to the Fight Business Podcast. We're back with Josh Hard to Kill Martin from Cyprus. He's actually not with us today, unfortunately, but we are going to give our hot take on a lot of the events that happened on the weekend. There was a lot of Muay Thai on. There was actually a lot of combat sports on. UFC was at the White House. There was Bam Rodriguez fighting boxing. There was a lot of Muay Thai on. So yeah, a lot to cover. I talked about UFC and I talked about the boxing. Probably not going to cover that, but yeah. We can roughly talk about it. I just watched some of the fights. Unreal, to be fair. I'll give it a bit.
Insane.
Gaethje and Topuria, what a fight, man.
Oh my gosh.
You know what?
It's ridiculous.
Lewis said something in the last podcast, yeah, about like fighting is like rock, paper, scissors. I don't know if you heard him say that. And it was like, you don't all, like rock can beat scissors and scissors can beat paper. Like different styles can beat different styles, basically. And and also what he said was the best fighter doesn't always win the fight. It's who can fight the best on the fight kind of thing. And that's when I was watching Gaethje and Topuria. I was watching skill set wise. You like Topuria is on a different level, yeah,
whole different.
But he got outworked. He got out fought. He got out gritted. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what happened in the end. And it was actually nice to see. Like, I'm not a massive UFC fan, but I've obviously I follow some of the big fights and stuff. And Gaethje winning like that, being the underdog and doing it in the White House, like it just seemed like it was written. And that's why, you know, I was watching it thinking, fighting's so sick, man. I'm so glad that my life has, like, I've been so involved in combat sports because like there's just nothing like it. And when you see a story like that unfold, it's like, it's just so good to watch.
Yeah, because that was the one thing he had never managed to achieve was an undisputed title. And he had missed it against Khabib, and he missed it again against Oliveira, I think. Can't remember.
Yes.
Anyway,
and he got beat by Max Holloway as well, didn't he?
That was for the BMF.
BMF, yeah.
Which he'd already won, I guess. But yeah, then that was a pretty brutal knockout. And it was like, you know, it's so common that we get these guys who nearly make it and they just don't. Just like Dustin Poirier, prime example, like very nearly, for sure, Hall of Fame, but just never was the champ. And then Justin Gaethje to fight one of, you know, people were talking about him in the GOAT status to Poirier. They were saying, you know, he's on the route to GOAT status for sure. And then he beats him in that way. And you know, I don't know if you saw, but the first 2 rounds, bro, he was nearly done. Like, he was nearly done.
I talk about like Muay Thai stand up, like as a stand up art probably being one of the most effective, yeah. And when I watch some of these MMA guys, I sometimes go, it just doesn't look so clean, like because obviously they've got so much other things to worry about. But Poirier makes it look so clean, like one of the cleanest. And his boxing is so good. His movement is. I mean, he was unbelievable. And to be fair, Warrior, because his face was smashed up as well. But I think he was done, to be honest. And I think his brother I think it was his brother in the corner, maybe.
One of the cornermen. His brother was saying, "Let's finish the fight," but the cornerman said, "Enough."
Oh, was that what it was? I thought he said. I thought the brother was saying like, "Let's call it off," kind of thing. But yeah, Matt, really good fight. And then I watched a few of the others. But yeah, UFC at the White House, that's meant like again, when you think about, I know we're like more Muay Thai podcast, and I know some Muay Thai fans don't really care about MMA. But what you got to like kind of appreciate is where that sport has come from and where it is now outside the White House and stuff like that, and like such a global like promotion. It's actually really impressive.
It's insane. They used to not be allowed on pay-per-view. They were banned in so many states. They had to do shows on Indian reservations because Indian reservations are like outside of federal law. So that's why you have all these casinos on the Indian reservations and shit like that. To go from that to on the lawn of the White House, the president is in attendance, essentially for the birthday of America, is actually insane. And shout out to Dana White for being maybe the best promoter of all time, because these things don't just happen. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't happen by accident. And he's just sailed the ship really well. And speaking of promoters and good promotions, let's take some questions. It's time to take some
Question
questions.
time.
Question time. It's time to take some questions from our loyal and faithful listeners. Listen, I just want to say a massive thank you, because I have received. I want to be very clear. This is not my podcast, although I do enjoy people saying it's so brilliant seeing you and Dan doing your podcast. I want to be very clear. Dan's just kind enough to let my brown face ramble on his podcast. So just to be clear, I don't want to take credit. He just has me on to talk absolute rubbish. But yeah, so we've had some really good questions come in, and some real support from the viewers, from the listeners. Okay, you're gonna go first. We're gonna switch swap.
All right, so what we can do, the thing that come up so much was two things in a lot of the questions were lies and Harry Moore. Was it a disqualification, or was it a legal strike? I've got a take on it, and I don't know if yours is different, but I think the finishing strike was not. I think on paper wasn't actually illegal because his hands weren't touching the ground. However, the referee should be in quicker, and again, hard job for the referee sometimes, especially when there's that much aggression, and the fight was quite scrappy. A big Lies was trying to clinch a lot. It was a bit of a scrappy fight, but I think Sean probably should have been a bit close to the action, and you can't just call break just by saying it. You have to, with Muay Thai, you have to hands-on. You see some of the Thai referees, they're literally pushing you up against the ropes. They're got their leg in the way, so you can't strike, because it's not an illegal strike. However, it's probably not sportsmanship, but when two fighters are in that kind of in the heat of battle, sometimes your mind kind of goes off and you just go for it. So I think Sean could have probably been a bit closer to the action and a bit more hands-on. The one other reason I think he should have been more hands-on, because I think the last shot wasn't illegal on paper. However, there was a few shots before it that I think Lies was it was a bit of unsportsmanship from his part. He called break and he elbowed Harry on the break, and I think it got called a knockdown, but I think he kneed him when he was on the floor to the body, and then that was all before this illegal strike. So although I don't think the knockdown or the finishing strike was illegal, I think the ones before it, some of them were, and I think Sean should have been probably just a bit close to the action, to be honest, especially after them first two incidents. So what's your take on it?
Yeah, so I fully agree. So that I can't remember. I think it was the first knockdown. Was actually not a knockdown. When you watch the replay, he's kind of, I can't remember why he was going down. I think he got caught off balance. He went down and then he got kneed in the chest and he fell over weird. So is it Harry Moore? Yeah, Harry Moore. Harry Moore didn't do himself any favors there, because he kind of went down weird, number one. And then when he got kneed in the chest, it was almost like he did that football thing of like, oh, I've been hurt. And he rolled over expecting some intervention, but just made it look like he'd been hurt. Because that follow-up knee, which was illegal, because you taught me this, it's continuous motion. So if, as Harry Moore was going down, Lies had thrown the knee and it landed as Harry hit the floor, legal. But Harry was on the floor, Lies loads up the knee, I hope I'm saying his name right, and knees him. It's not technically legal, but I do feel like we see a lot of that in Muay Thai. And then they go like, oh, so sorry. And then it's okay. Do you know what I'm saying? But that was not a knockdown, which was weird. Then you had the elbow, which yeah, that was like on the break. But again, bro, listen. So I was talking to Lies, like I've been talking to him in the lead up because he wanted to get on World Super Series back when I was matching for them. So he's like super hungry for a fight. And what you got to know about these like countries, like he's from Algeria. What you got to know about these countries is like they are so hyper aggressive. Like it's in their DNA. They are hyper aggressive fighters. So it's not enough. And again, far be it from me to criticize Sean Silva. He's an excellent coach and referee. So this is not, please don't take this personally, Sean. You know, it was very clear, exactly like you said, like he was in kill mode. He was in absolute kill mode. I bet he could hear nothing except like the rushing of blood in his ear and maybe the beating of war drums. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
kill, murder, destroy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all he could hear. He wasn't hearing like stop, cease and desist. He was like going, bro. He was going. He was going for the kill. He wanted to make his name. So there was a few moments. Then we come to the finishing blow, and this pisses me off big time. Because again, Sean, not with you. I love you. Um, he knees him in the body, goes down. His bum is off the ground. His hands are off the ground. You can freeze frame it. Nothing touches at any point. That is a legal opponent. That is a legal opponent. And like you said, yes, sportsmanship, but then also like we said on a previous podcast, one good win gets you a shot, right? One crazy win gets you a big shot, right? What if he gets on a Yokkao show off the back of like some crazy KO? Like he's not thinking about sportsmanship. He's thinking about I want to fight on Yokkao. Then I want to fight on RWS. Then I want to maybe go to one championship. I want to make my name. So fully legal shot. And again, like he sees him go down and he goes, I'm gonna KO this guy. And
Yeah.
and Sean's obviously shouting stop, but he hasn't got in the middle of the action. You can't expect a fighter who is in there literally accepting the fact that they could be killed, right? They're getting in that ring knowing that it's life or death, and they're going in there to make sure that it's not them. You can't expect them to just hear stop. You're not going to hear that, right? Not in that moment, especially not the way he was fighting.
Yeah.
So I feel like he was robbed of a really good win there. Yeah, I mean, bro, this stuff happens all the time. It's a mistake, but I don't think his stock drops at all. In fact, how many questions did you get about him? So many, right?
Oh, so many. Like nearly the majority was probably about him. And to be honest, and we're gonna go on to this as well. Although although a lot of people seem to hate Charlie because of, and I'm going completely off the question, share, because there was a lot of Charlie slander slander in the question box, but everyone's talking about him, like,
Yes.
and this
I've got
is
some
the
insider
thing, like,
information,
so
I'll tell you. Yeah,
okay, so
juicy.
I was gonna talk about 8 strikes anyway, because again that was a big thing that come up. Like I'm just going through all these questions now, and a big thing that come up was, what do you think about 8 strikes? What do you think about the 4 ounce with 8 strikes? What do you think about their scoring system? What?
Go on.
Please rate that the fight fans aren't so low IQ that you don't have to count. I butchered that. Sorry, let me read that again.
Go.
Please raise that fight fans aren't so low IQ. They need final 10-second countdowns of the fights.
It's like on the screen, it's all they've been watching, and then they've got some American going like 10, 9, 8. So, and then in comes the Undertaker, takes them both out. John Cena jumps in the ring, picks up the Undertaker, spikes him on his head, cervical spine, snapped in 3 places, off to the hospital. Charlie jumps in, pow, pow, nut shot. John Cena goes down. Charlie says, can't see me? I can see you now, bitch. And Charlie's the winner of the whole thing. That's the way that was supposed to go, actually. Yeah, that
Is
was the
that
inside
okay?
information. Yeah.
I didn't realise that that's why they were counting down from 10. And
Yeah.
also, another one straight after that was background music, also woke as fuck. Actually, it's just tacky.
Listen,
I,
they were playing.
they're not the first. What were they playing? I didn't even, because I was actually in the airport coming back from Spain, so I wasn't watching it with volume on, because I forgot my headphones, silly Billy. But
Silly
so
Billy. Apparently, they're playing
what were
dubstep
they
though.
playing? What kind of music?
I
Dubstep,
couldn't hear it
crazy.
exactly, but apparently it was dubstep. I saw some comment on the stream saying, "Why are you playing dubstep?" I'll tell you why they're playing dubstep, bro. Because it's not Muay Thai. So Muay Thai has Muay Thai music playing in the background, but this is a new sport. This is 8 strikes. It uses 8 limbs. It uses left punch, left elbow, right elbow, left knee, left kick, right kick. Whereas Muay Thai uses left punch, left sock, left tang, right tang, left I can't think of the word. Kick, right
What
kick.
did you?
So there's a
Tay.
slight difference there. Tay. Sorry,
Yeah,
left tay,
Tay.
right tay. So there's a slight difference there. So whereas Muay Thai plays Muay Thai music, 8 strikes is a new sport, so they play dubstep.
Makes sense. It does actually make
It does make
sense.
sense. It
Um,
does. It's good promoting, and it's just overall good thinksmanship.
the thing is, actually, the music in the background isn't the first that's been done. I think Kyle Greaves done it. There was a show called in England called Stand and Bang. Kyle Greaves promoted it, and he used to play like either drum and bass or it was like rock music. I can't really remember. I can't remember which one it was, but it was like heavy music, like heavy beats. And
Yeah,
so he actually done that before. But I'm not. I feel either play the Thai music, or just don't play any. I don't think the music's a
yeah,
good touch.
yeah. I
So,
agree.
but I'll go. I mean, we're just chatting shit and obviously joking around, but I mean that is a kind of point that there's certain things that just I don't know. Like I get it, being creative, trying to like kind of change things and stuff, but I think some things are just are best left untouched sometimes, and I think the music thing is one of them.
Yeah,
I think the show in general, Eight Strikes, really good show actually. I can't actually fault it. And
so good,
like
so good.
instead of like, I won't just like kind of bash him because I'm not a hater. Like I said in my last podcast with Lewis, like Lewis had his problems. You've had your problems with Charlie. I can only be honest. I never had an issue with Charlie. Like he was always a fine to me. But obviously, you guys are my
Yeah,
friends, so that's where my problem is probably lying more with him. Is that I know certain things that he's done towards my friends that aren't good. So, but the show in general, being on Talksport, I thought was really good, and it's something I
yeah.
wanted to talk about as well because we've got so many like pay-per-view platforms in the UK now, and I like watch boxing a lot and the kind of boxing space, and the smaller hall shows they're not you don't have to pay pay-per-view for them, whereas in the UK Muay Thai, every fight now that you have to watch, you have to buy a different stream,
It's
and
all pay per
it
view.
gets a bit much. Yeah, it gets a bit much. It's like I think what I liked about what they've just done there is they're not getting any money from a pay per view. But how much money, realistically, actually, this is a question. I'd actually like to ask one of the promoters this. How much
Yeah,
money
go
you
on.
might know because you work with WSS? How much money are they actually making from a stream? Are they making a
Uh,
considerable amount, or
no, it's not a ton. I think most of them. See, I should know this, and I did know this, but I've erased it from my brain.
Hmm.
I think most of the money comes from showing those numbers and then using those numbers to get sponsorship. The whole game is built on sponsorship, basically. So
Hmm.
I think in-person attendance is still the biggest financial driver. I could be totally wrong. In-person attendance is a massive financial driver, and then they use those numbers to of the pay-per-view and of the viewership to then go and get sponsors for the event and also to get deals. So actually, what's happened here is And this is some stuff. There's some stuff I can share. There's some stuff I can't because of some legal trouble that Charlie's in. But um, uh, so I can't exactly share the details on this. But that's what he's done. Basically, is used viewership numbers to go and get a massive deal. I mean, he's partnered with the Zone. Listen, let me just be clear to everybody listening, because I made a post the other day and somebody messaged me saying like, that what did he say? He said, "You're such a gentleman. So many other people would never have done that." Because I posted about eight strikes, and I just want to be clear that um, so Charlie and I had such a bad relationship. Like he's quite a not nice person, but there are plenty of not nice people, right? Um, so it's not like that's spectacularly unusual. He's quite a not nice person. He's very clever in many ways. Like he's quite sharp. Um, and he has these ideas and he kind of has the drive. And, I mean, bro, he's like 19 years old. He's got to deal with the Zone. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty good. Um, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. So I actually messaged Charlie. I sent him a message before the show. And I was like, bro, good luck with the show. Remember, like, just treat the fighters well. One good show and you can like undo a lot of the negative press. Just make sure everybody's getting taken care of. Um, I think he thought I was being sarcastic because he replied with something weird. Um, and I said I was like, don't be bitter, bro. Like, you know, do you not think that if I wanted you to fail, I'd be airing all of our dirty laundry? Because I've told you, there's some crazy dirty laundry, bro. Like it is crazy behind the scenes. But like, I don't want him to fail. Because anything that's like successful for the fighters, that's good for the fighters, that gives them an opportunity and a platform, is a good thing. That's just a good thing. Any platform that shows a fighter's ability is a good thing because, like we said, it takes one amazing performance and you're off to the RWS. If you're at that level, of course. So, first of all, I want him to sort out the situations that are outstanding. But beyond that, I hope he succeeds. I hope he figures out how to be kind and gracious. I hope he figures out that you catch more flies with honey. I hope he figures out that employees are valuable people who help you create the vision that you're trying to create. I hope he figures out how to communicate well, and I hope he figures all of this out. I hope he figures out that to be a man, you have to stand by your word, and you have to treat fighters well, and you have to stand by your agreements and your arrangements. And I hope he figures all of that out, and I hope he goes on to create some of the most incredible fight sports events of all time, because that's just a redemptive arc, right? It's like I could easily sit here and be like, well, he fucked me over, so I hate him now. But it's like, that's not what it's about, bro. Like, if I want forgiveness when I fuck up, then I have to give it to somebody who fucks up. And so, like, that's why I messaged him, and I think that's why he was thinking I was being sarcastic. But it's like, no, I want it to do well because I like Lies, I like Mo, I like help me out here, bro, Papito
Papito, Alfie
and Alfie.
Baker.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
I
there's
like them.
loads.
I
There was
want them
loads.
to have this platform to show themselves on. Um, yeah, small detour there, but I will say that um, well, this is one of the questions, so go ahead with the questions, and we'll get to it.
What question? Wait, what question?
The
The
gloves, the
Oh, okay, yeah. We got that quite a couple of times as well. What do I think of eight strike scoring system, and what do I think about eight strikes in 4 ounce gloves? Um, I think I don't know, man. Like 4 ounce for me, just like sometimes it's really good, and then sometimes it's just not. And like I've got to be completely honest. I really like Rio Johnson. I like the Tristan. I think
just
great
muscle
fighters.
Brio.
like I've cornered against Rio a few times, like with Corey and Liam fighting against him. I just didn't think it looked great. I'll just be completely honest. Like, I think Rio's better when he's landing cleaner shots with like when he's with the normal gloves. Again, first time they've ever fought in 4 ounce, so like I guess like it's a bit nerve wracking. You're a bit gun shy,
Yeah,
so like the style was a bit off. Like they're not used to that kind of style. So and it, I suppose with like one championship stuff, you see some of these guys that have like built experience in one championship in 4 ounce gloves. They actually fight well in it now, whereas it took them it took them a while. So I'm not like obviously I weren't a big fan of that fight in terms of stylistically, and I just didn't think they showed exactly their weapons because I've seen both of them fight. They're both great fighters, and I just don't think they showed everything that they have. And I think that's what sometimes the 4 ounce does. And some people can look really good with 4 ounces on, and some people can't. Yeah, so that's my take on it. I'm not a massive fan of it. Like it can be exciting, but then it can also not be. Do you know what I mean? I think some people just suit it, some people don't. But what's your thoughts on the 4 ounce?
yeah. What they did, bro, was they took two fighters and they went, "Hey, how about we give you a rule set where you both do the worst that you could possibly do on the night? How's that?
Mm,
Sounds good.
mm,
Sign the contract." Tristan fought Alfie Pierce in his last fight, right? Alfie
yeah.
Pierce, consensus like maybe of the of the new generation of English fighters, pound for pound number one. Um, done some legendary things in Thailand, and Tristan actually gave him like a hard fight and cut him and was really giving him trouble with his elbows. And then in this fight, it was like he couldn't even get close enough to land an elbow because anytime he would come in, there's two parts to this. There's two parts. One is the 4 ounce gloves make you nervous to engage, so you
Yeah.
disengage.
Mm,
Part two is there is their clinching rules are even more R worded than one championships because one championship allows active clinch. As far as I can
mm,
tell, that like sometimes they let it go, sometimes they don't. Uh,
mm.
in 8 strikes, you're allowed one knee and as many elbows as you want for 5 seconds. The fuck are you talking about, bro? One knee and as many elbows as you want. All right, so you got somebody sat at the side of the ring with an abacus going like, that was one knee. Okay, that was one knee. He threw two knees. Foul! What are you doing? What's that? First of all, that doesn't make any sense. That's so silly,
No.
number one. But so they're nervous to engage into the clinch and they're nervous to engage. It's silly. It's downright silly. It's downright foolish
It's,
behavior. We should send them
I
out
just
to pasture to
I just
go on,
think
go on.
that just if you're gonna do this new rules again, like then just don't let them clinch. If that's what you want, do you know what I mean? Don't clinch.
Yep,
Make it kickboxing with elbows,
yep,
and
there you
that's
go.
it. Like
Why has nobody done
I think
kickboxing with elbows?
that's what I mean. Like I don't get why like one knee, like you can elbow as many times as you want, but one knee only. It's like that just takes up. You're calling it 8 strikes, but you're actually only letting them do one of the knees. So, like, it's I don't know, man. It's just I just think either go all in Muay Thai or complete. If you want, like, everyone keeps trying to like, oh, the clinch is boring. Rah, rah, rah. I could just take the clinch out of it then. If it's not Muay Thai, if you're trying to reinvent all of this stuff, then just take
Just
the
take it
take the
out.
clinch out. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
my
yeah. If your fan base is like people who find clinch boring, first of all, rewind just a little bit and watch Lies Marinko absolutely demolish Harry Moore using the clinch. That's number one. You're wrong. You're also R worded. But second of all, if that is what you want to do, then yeah, get them swanging and banging and throwing elbows in there as well, right? Like six punch
mm,
combinations with an elbow because no clinching allowed. So you're allowed to press up against each other with your gloves like that because no one's going to clinch and they're just
mm.
ripping body shots and every now and then an elbow. That'd be sick. That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
yeah,
If you're trying to reinvent Muay Thai, it's because you think that Muay Thai is the best and you just want a cool new product from it, right?
mm.
But it's like if I take Cocoa Pops and I take out the cocoa from it and it's just pops, pretty silly, right?
No, it's very silly.
Well, I guess that's Rice Krispies, and they're pretty popular.
Yeah. Yeah, fucked it.
So I guess the conclusion we've arrived at is Eight Strikes is great, Charlie Herdman is great, everything is great. Okay?
God. Yeah, so I'm not a real big fan of the 4 ounce. I just don't think it looks good a lot of the time. I think like sometimes you'd watch like even like one or whatever it is, and you go, oh, that was exciting. I don't find myself doing that anymore as much. Like it used to be
No.
like a lot more exciting. Now it's got a bit crazy, but yeah, and like I said before, like I get like casuals want to see blood, but all right, actually, prime example, the lad that was fighting with the 4 ounce on the weekend, Tristan. You talked about him and Alfie Pierce. You can't tell me that the Alfie Pierce fight with normal gloves on
And so much
that,
clinching.
and so much clinching wasn't as exciting as what they fought on the weekend again when he fought Rio Johnson. I think actually the Alfie Pierce fight was more exciting. It was.
That's such a good point. That's such a good point.
Do you know what I mean? And all Alfie really does. He's got like some nice weapons he kicks, but he's a clincher. He just tries to clinch, and that fight was basically just clinch and elbows really, and yeah, and that was more exciting. So like that's what I mean. It kind of proves the point that sometimes just putting little gloves on and people swinging isn't actually as exciting. It's not as clean, so they don't hit each other as clean. Like, they're not, because they're so scared to engage a lot of the time because they know that one punch is going to turn the lights off. So yeah, I think that's just a prime example, and that's just one example. I could put a list of fights out over the years that I've watched in the stadiums with normal gloves on that are more. I can match them against certain 4 ounce gloves and go, see, we've had exciting fights. We've had loads of exciting fights with big gloves on. Like just putting them in small gloves doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be exciting.
Nope. Bro, if you put me in 4 ounce gloves, it'd be the most boring fight of all time. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It'd be terrible. Well, I'd get knocked out in like maybe 6-7 seconds.
To be fair, one thing you would be good at is if you didn't get knocked out and got hold of them, you actually have your fingers and everything to like clinch properly.
That'd be crazy.
But you'd have to. You might be all right, but it's different, isn't it? It's just different.
The storm. Yeah, I'd have to weather the storm. I'd have to really Homer Simpson it. But then, yeah, if I could just absolutely interlace my fingers like two lovers on a walk along the seaside, just like,
yeah,
I love you so much, and my fingers are like that, they're never getting away. It's done. Unless it's 8 strikes.
And you got really strong
and then
fingers.
They're getting away. Such strong fingers.
Mine aren't.
It's because we had a thumb war the last time I was round, okay?
Yeah, it was multiple every night, thumb war tournament. Thumb wars.
Well, because you couldn't stand losing, basically. You're a sore loser.
Yeah, I actually am. I'm a proper sore loser. So we've talked about lies. I'm hoping I'm saying, is it lies? That's definitely his name, isn't it? Lies. Like I said, I didn't actually watch it with. Yeah, it sounds like lies against Harry Moore. I just want to shout out Alfie Baker and Papito, Kenneth Cruz.
Yes.
What a fight. I thought that was one of the fights, for me, was one of the best fights of the night. Again, with big gloves on. Like, that was exciting. And they both went for it. I think they both had a lot of success. They both actually had success. And it got taken to the wire, really. Like, I think Alfie just finished a bit better in the end. But there was points where I thought Kenneth was going to get maybe Alfie out of there. When Kenneth pressured Alfie, he was really causing some issues. And you know what, actually, although Kenneth lost, I actually really love watching Kenneth fight. I think he's got lovely style. He's got nice boxing. He's all round really good, and he's always in exciting fights, and he brings the best out in some of these fights as well. Like, Alfie had to really dig deep and show another level of skill to try and get over the line, and he done that. To be fair, his kicks were lovely. Like, both of them really, like, such a good fight, and I wanted to really shout them out because I thought, for me, that was probably the best fight of the night from what I
Yeah.
watched. And
Yeah.
like I said, I don't think I didn't watch every single fight because I was coming back from Spain, so I missed a few of them. But I caught up with most of the main fights. And then you had Mo fighting Mo Abnaram. I don't know how
Yeah.
to
I
even
just
say
want to
that. That's
add
a tongue twister.
before we get to him, and also I
Oh
can't say
yeah,
his name, so you're gonna have to do it again. But that's not even Kenneth's weight class. He just can't get fights. He wants to fight 57, 55, and he just can't get
oh
fights. So he's doing 59 just because he
yeah,
loves to battle. So
yeah,
that's a good note there, and also really good to see Alfie back healthy. And I
yeah.
think this new weight class suits him. He looked really muscular, really filled in. Yeah, just wanted to add those two things.
And
Now on
it's a
to Mo.
sign as
Yeah, go
well.
on,
It's a sign, sorry,
go
with the
on.
weight. And I'm going to cover this on another podcast because this is mainly going through some of the events that happen. But I think that should be a sign to a lot of fighters. And I probably should have took this advice a long time ago myself. That moving up weight sometimes is actually beneficial. And like, you know, he was actually bigger than Kenneth, but they
Yeah,
moved up to 50. He was at a higher weight category. So, and he looked healthy, looked stronger. He wouldn't have been able to do 5 rounds at that pace at the lower weights because he would have killed himself obviously to get there. So,
yeah,
and I always remember like when Jonathan Haggerty moved up to bantamweight from flyweight, and he's looked so much better at bantamweight. And I used to think, oh, he's not going to be big enough, but he's proved that he's carried his power up with him because he's not killing himself anymore. So, yeah, just a quick note before we move on to the next one was, yeah, I think that
it's
should be advice to some
important.
people. Like,
Yeah,
it's very important, like finding the right weight category. And I think I'm going to do I think me and Lewis are doing either a podcast this week or next week. And that was actually something I wrote down on the podcast that I wanted to talk about is like weight, like people cutting weight and like how people are doing it is something that I really want to kind of talk about. So we will get into that next podcast. But the other fight that happened, Mo Abdurrahman. Sorry, Mo, mate. I actually really like Mo.
Abdullah.
I can't even say his last name.
He's
Mo
such a good fighter.
Abdurrahman.
Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman
I think that's the one. I think that's it.
sounds like a dish. Abdurrahman.
Sounds tasty.
Delicious. Like
Yeah,
his performance on the weekend.
mate. Again, like not. See, this is the thing. I'm a Muay Thai fighter, Muay Thai purist, probably is what you'd call me. But we talked about the UFC today, Ilia Topuria. We talked about I've been watching the boxing. I just like watching people that are good at what they do and make it look good. And I think he's not got a traditional style at all, but he causes people problems like big time.
Yeah.
His boxing's really good. His movement's a bit unorthodox, but he's unorthodox, but also can be clean with it. But he's got serious power, and his opponent was tough to be honest because he took a beating to be honest. He actually
Massive
took
bombs.
a proper beating. Yeah, but Mo, you know what? Actually, Mo has fought everyone. He fought Nico Carrillo, Jack Kennedy. He's Craig Coakley. He's fought so many people. He's had some wins. He's had some losses, but when he did lose, he lost against Nico Carrillo. This is before Nico obviously went into one, and he was beating Nico, and Nico knocked him out in the 5th round, like right at the end with an elbow, and he just caught him clean and got him. But if that didn't happen, Mo was probably on his way to beating Nico in that fight. What I love about Mo is, like I said, his style's really his style's clean. He's got great, he's really effective with his punching, his combinations, but it's also he just doesn't give a fuck. He'll fight whoever, and I think you've got to respect that. And he's one of them fighters that I think just everyone likes to watch because of that. So yeah, I think that was a good win for him. And 50k contract.
That's going to be spread over 50 fights.
That makes sense.
They
Someone
make
actually,
1K per fight.
I didn't even realise that was I didn't realise that was the thing that he'd been offered. I didn't realise there was a 50k contract. But
Nah, me neither.
someone did message me about it. That's what brought it up, and saying, "Oh, what did he get 50k contract?" And I was like, "Well, these contracts, again, I don't know the ins and outs of what the contracts are, but a lot of the time, I think what everyone's got to know is that obviously on social media it'll be put out as if he's got 50 grand signing on fee. It is 50 grand, and you're fighting for us now. It's not. I'm guessing that's not it. Again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not. And it can be spread out. I know this because obviously Liam signed to Leapfrog, and it was a 5-figure deal, and it was posted as a 5-figure deal, as if they'd just given Liam £10,000. But that wasn't what happened. Yeah, Liam got paid well and stuff, but that isn't what they made. What it seems on social media, it just isn't. And so yeah, I'd be interested to see though. And again, happy for Mo if he does get 50 grand. But
Hello, baby boy.
I would like to know how that works.
Yeah,
But
so let me just say hi to my beautiful son. Come here,
no,
baby. He says no. He says, get away from me. So, okay, first of all, here's the first thing. Daniel McGowan, I'd like to offer you a 300,000 podcast deal. Do you want it?
300,000. What, £300,000?
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. I've changed my mind. Which lawyer are you now going to go to sue me? Do you know how much it costs to run a lawsuit through the courts? Do you know
That's
how
what I
long
mean.
that shit gets tied up for?
Yeah.
Like, you can offer whatever you want, bro. Like, that shit does not get enforced at all. There's no way to enforce that. Like, I remember
No.
back when UFC bought Pride, they thought they were getting all these amazing fighters. You know, Pride from Japan. They thought they were getting Rampage Jackson and Fedor Emelianenko. I think that's why they did I think that's why they bought Pride, is they wanted Fedor. And then they found out that basically they paid 900 million for basically a back catalogue of all their fights. That was it. Because all of the contracts were like bogus. So, you know, if they do pay Mo that, I'll be very happy because he deserves it. And I'd hope it's split over something like, I don't know, like 5K a fight, something like that. I don't know, 10K a fight would be sick. Who knows? But I do know for a fact that they don't have the money to pay that, because if they could pay that, then Charlie would be avoiding his legal troubles. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
where is the money coming from for this 50K contract?
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's a little bit shifty shady. I hope it's for Mo's sake, because he's a vet. You know who he beat, bro? I can't remember his name. You're gonna have to help me remember. He is the only fighter in history to capture Omnoy, Rajadamnan, and Lumpini. He was like, he might have also been Algerian. You know who I'm talking about, right? The bigger guy.
Not Youssef. Youssef Buganem?
Youssef Bugat.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
You know, he
he did
beat
fight him.
him.
Did he
He
beat
beat
him?
him. I think he beat him, bro. I might be, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he beat him. Let me just check. Youssef.
And that would have been heavy. Youssef's
Yeah,
big.
yeah, massive. Oh no, sorry. Oh no, that's Joe Craven. Yeah, no. Youssef also won third round knockout. No, I'm just remembering that Mo like knocked him down once or twice and
Yeah,
like took it
I
to
remember
him.
watching. I haven't actually seen the full fight, but I remember watching a few clips that got posted, and it looked like Mo would give him a good fight. You're thinking of Liam Nolan beat Youssef Buganem.
I didn't even know that, bro.
Like, was for the WBC world title, and this when Youssef was like one of the
Like
top as
the
well.
boy.
And he was. Yeah, he was, and then he had the belt, and Liam went to his. I think he went to his hometown and beat him.
I love
And
him
again,
so much, bro. Youssef is sick.
yeah, Youssef is unreal, but I think that's one fight that again it's a shame really, because a lot of the generation now in Muay Thai, like there's a new generation and they might not know about that older generation, and the fact that Liam Nolan's known for one championship fights, but Liam Nolan beating Youssef Buganem is probably one of the biggest wins at that point in UK Muay Thai history, I'd say. So yeah, and people wouldn't even know about it. So I think he deserves a lot of. And Youssef's not a fighter that's going to be Thai style. And Youssef's horrible. He looks like he's a horrible fighter in terms of like he's like a robot. He takes stuff, he gives it. He was so dominant.
Mean.
He was so dominant. It didn't look like any foreigner would ever beat him. And Liam Nolan went and beat him. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. Have we covered everything? There was Frank Mully. Frank Mully won by KO. Frank Mully's got a lovely style, actually. Lovely southpaw style. Lumpini Crawley have a lot of good fighters. Very well skilled, very like technical, look really good. I think Frank Mully, again, good fighter, man. I've seen him. He's been fighting for a while now, but good southpaw skills. That left hand walked his opponent onto it. Beautiful, beautiful finish. All right. We've talked a lot about 8 strikes because that is, like I said, like literally, I've got so many come up.
That's the talk of the town right now. That's
But
actually something else that Charlie said. He said all these clips, they just increase my engagement. So we're increasing his engagement. We're essentially partners, and I think
yeah,
that means that we deserve at least a 25K contract.
yeah.
Maybe not 50.
If he could give me a 50K contract for these podcasts, it could be my first brand deal.
Could
I'll
be.
take it.
Could be.
Take it, man.
8 strikes.
Maybe
Every
I'll do
podcast
it.
has to be in the gloves though. You have to wear the 4-ounce gloves.
As long as I can wear my Moncon for the podcast.
It's not allowed.
Oh.
Moncons are for Muay Thai.
Okay, sorry, yeah, forgot.
Bro, for fuck's sake, get it together.
Yeah, sorry, bro. Sorry. Moving on. There's one question that got asked, and it probably segues quite nice into the next event anyway. Actually, a couple of the events. Up and coming female Muay Thai. And when you say up and coming, there's actually, like this weekend, there was a lot of female Muay Thai on. And actually, on RWS, you had Marie was the main event, and she defended her Rajadamnern title. Then you had Mia Skier on the same card, and again, put on a really good performance. Then on Enigma, you had Connie Grace versus Holly Bowness. You had Leonie Hardman. You had Becky Barlow, and I forgot the other one now. But there was loads of female Muay Thai on the weekend, and it's female Muay Thai, female combat sports in general. Like it's getting bigger and bigger, and I mean, you see, even again going back to boxing. Boxing's obviously been the pioneer of combat sports. Let's say it's one the most famous, and Katie Taylor has just done a deal at Croke Park in Ireland, which holds 80,000, and they sold it out within a couple of days. 80,000, and she's going to be the main event. So that's how far women's female sport has come. And yeah, I'd like to talk about Mia Skier first, actually. So I thought when she strikes, real clinical striking, lovely left kick. Left kick was whipping him really nicely. I actually liked it. I think she came into the fight quite nicely as the rounds went on. But when she sticks her left hand straight through the middle, I think it was her left hand, or was it right? She's southpaw.
Southpaw, so left, yeah.
Yeah, it was a left cross through the middle, and it was really stiff on the ending, but it was pop. And it was that was causing her opponent a lot of issues, I thought. But when she started doing that more, it was she couldn't miss that left hand and that left kick.
Yeah.
And then she took her opponent apart in the end. But she was in a tough fight, to be fair, because the girl she was fighting was really. I thought she was causing Mia a little bit of problems in the first round, actually. But
she came out so aggressive.
She came out really aggressive, kind of roughed Mia up a bit. And I did think one thing I would say, her striking was really good, but I did think Mia was a little bit susceptible to being hit with punches at one point. She did actually stop that in the end. Like I said, I think she built into the fight really well. But there was a few points in round one where I was like, "Oh, keep your chin down," because it was a bit. It was getting close. Yeah. So, but really, really good skills, and she's on a tear at the moment. She's beaten Danielle Butler. She beat Jada. She beat that girl in Rajadamnern. Who else she fight? Did she? I think she's had a few fights now. She's won. I think she's on a real good win streak. So, yeah, really, really good fighter. And again, there's some good female fights on RWS for her. So I'm guessing that's the kind of road she's going to go down now.
Yeah.
Then you had one that's come up a lot in the questions as well. Holly Bowness versus Connie Grace, and I think it was a big upset. Connie won by KO or TKO in round 5. I think she just overwhelmed Holly in the end, and that's from the clips that I've seen. It looked like Connie just outfought her and kind of just overwhelmed her in the end. Hit her to the body. I think she caught a kick, hit her to the body, and then finished her off in the corner. And Holly's on a good run at the moment, and I think Connie's been out, and everyone thought she'd retired. I'm pretty sure someone told me that, and she come back and took a fight like that. Again, one thing I give to them, her and her brother Brooke, they'll fight whoever. and they're proper fighters. You know, they don't give a fuck. They don't actually care. And
Yeah.
she's just went in after a long layoff, sorry, and beaten one of the best females in the UK at that weight. So yeah, really big win for her, and I think it's a win that probably shocked a lot of people because of her layoff.
I'm glad she's back. I'm really happy
She's
she's
a
back.
character, isn't she? Connie is a
Mm.
character, like, and I could imagine, like, I've seen her at shows and stuff. I've not really had many in-depth convos with her or anything, but like, them kind of people are good for the sport because they're funny. People will either love her or hate her, and but both people are going to be watching, and
Yes.
it's proof that, like, she fought Holly, and everyone's like, my question box was, what do you think about Connie? Connie's underrated. Connie versus Holly Bonus, like, she's been off for a long time. People want to hear about her. She's got a bit of pull, and I remember when was it Leapfrog or WSS? I can't remember.
Leapfrog.
Done a documentary on YouTube for her, and
Yeah.
it blew up. Like, the viewership it got was like crazy. I'm actually going to look at it now quickly just to see how many views that is on.
Very impressive.
Connie Grace, and I actually watched it and I thought it was a really good documentary, like showing her kind of background and stuff like that. 101k views.
Oh my gosh.
101k.
For like a not super, as in she's famous in the UK, let's say, but like not
Yeah.
internationally or whatever. That's a
Nah.
lot of views. My
You know what?
gosh.
Like that, because she's obviously called the Gypsy Queen. They get behind their community a lot, the
Yeah,
Gypsy
sure.
community. So maybe that helps. But she's a character, and she's like, people like watching her, whether they don't like her or they do. Do you know what I mean? So I think she's really good for the sport, and it'll be good to see her kind of keep it active and keep going. So yeah, man, really good to see her back. Gutted for Holly. Holly's a nice girl as well, and really gracious in defeat. I see in some of her posts, but she'll come back, I'm sure. And she was on a tear. This is just the game. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It
It's the
happens,
beauty of
man.
Muay Thai. I was talking about it
It's,
today. Muay Thai is not like other sports. Like sometimes you get KO'd, TKO'd. You're back in the ring like a month later. I mean, whether that's healthy or not,
yeah,
well, it's not a question. It's literally not healthy. But
no,
as in, like, it just is how it is. Like, Muay Thai is a different kind of game. You just get back in. It's not
yeah,
getting finished is not getting stopped is not the same. I
no,
wouldn't even call getting finished because it's like you get stopped and then you just go again and it's
yeah,
fine. And it
no.
hurts,
That's it.
sure, but you just go again.
That's it. It's very true. And yeah, she'll be back, like I said. And then on the same card, you had Leonie Hardman, again, another female. Leonie's got proper beautiful Muay Thai style, and I haven't actually seen the fight, to be honest. I was, like I said, I was traveling back from Spain, so I didn't actually catch up with loads of these fights, but I've seen clips and whatnot. But Leonie's been fighting for a long time. She had a long period out, like years out actually, and she come back within a year of coming back. She won the WMO title, world title. She UK number one. Like, I think she won a couple of world titles, ISK maybe as well. She lost to Danielle Butler, but in a close fight. But she's, again, in that division, probably one of the best females in the UK. Lovely Muay Thai style. Majestic Gym always produce good technical fighters as well. So yeah, good to see her getting the win again as well. And I just want to
That's
talk about
Josh Hill,
Enigma.
Jim.
Josh Hill's gym, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So Enigma, the actual fight night, I think is one of probably the up and coming, one of the best shows in the UK, to be honest, as well.
Yeah.
Always puts on a good event, always really good fights, and I've had fighters on his show now once, and pays the fighters what they want, obviously to a certain extent, but like pays the fighters well. Like, my lads got really looked after. Yeah, treated him really well. He's just a nice guy, and I think because he's a fighter as well, that's fought at high level, it really helps. Like, going back, I don't want to make this like I said, I don't want to make this all about like Charlie and stuff, but some people's problems is like the way he was treating fighters and whatnot. But when you have been a fighter like Josh Hill, you have a different mindset to it all.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, and I think it really shows in his event. He really puts care into his events. He really supports the fighters. So yeah, I'm really happy to see that really grow, like that fight night growing and people talking about it. So yeah, really good show.
Yeah, that's what we should be talking about, really. It's a shame because it's like all the dramas with Charlie and Eight Strikes, but like you said, that just boosts his engagement on his profile. And you know who deserves that engagement is Josh Hill, because he's fighting at the highest level, and then he's putting on these amazing shows, and he's paying fights as well. The shows are run well. They respect traditions. They're also trying to push the boundaries a little bit. But again, like with the product that is what everybody loves, it's Muay Thai. So let's take Muay Thai to the next level.
Yep.
And really, we should be making more noise for these promotions that do such a good job. But the problem is there's no controversy. So it's like, what do you talk about? You just say well done and then you move on.
Yeah.
That's the issue with kind of today's like headline 5 second clip society is like, what are we gonna say? Like, that was excellent, because it was
Yeah.
excellent. Well done, Josh. You're a role model. You're a lovely guy. I don't know you
Yeah.
personally, but that's what I've heard from everyone who's ever spoken about
Yeah.
you.
He's a proper good guy.
You're a great fighter, great show, and then that's it. And it's a shame.
Yeah, no, it is a shame, but yeah, glad to see him doing well. And yeah, man. There's one other thing. Sorry, not about Josh Hill, but the last kind of fight night I want to talk about is RWS. We kind of covered Mia Skir, and a little bit of Marie, but I want to really talk about Craig Marshall. Did you catch up with that fight?
Yes, I did. I don't think we have spoken about Marie, so we should.
No, we'll
Because
speak about Marie as well.
we'll talk
We'll
about
go
her.
more into
Okay.
depth. Yeah,
But Craig Marshall, oh my gosh, bro.
what a performance! Really good.
That was a
performance.
ridiculous performance, bro. Like that tie was so. It's easy to look at that fight and go, ah, they gave him a feeder tie, but it's like, bro, some of those head kicks that were whipping up like that. If that was a feeder tie, he would have been knocked out.
Well,
That was
to be fair, Craig Marshall knocked out Tyler Hogan with a head kick.
Yeah,
And obviously it's a trademark of his. But yeah, the tie was strong. He was hitting Craig hard. Like he looked strong, but he just. What I really liked about Craig's style is that he's very. I've been saying it to my lads quite a lot lately as well. Like, be a bit more offbeat. Not, and when I say that, it's not be like, say like your style, for instance. I tell you to be offbeat, but for like more of a femur style, let's say like a technical style, be a bit more like a few more feints, you know, like, but not crazy feints. Just like move your body a bit, move your shoulders, make it a little bit more unpredictable. I think that's what Craig does really well. He moves forward, but he's like moving his legs, he's moving his shoulders, he's like
yeah.
And I think it's very unpredictable for like the ties to land, or not just the ties, but his opponents to land on him. And I thought, I can't really pick many faults from his performance on the weekend. It was such a good performance, and defensively really good.
I couldn't see anything.
Yeah, defensively really good. Attacks really good. Looked the part. Blonde hair. You got to win if you dye your hair like that. I'm not gonna lie.
And he's starting his mullet. Did you see? He started it.
I knew you'd
Take
love the
some
mullet.
time. Oh, bro! If you got a mullet, you can't win. But you can't lose. But the good thing is that you won't lose. So it kind of works out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't
the power
lose
of
if
the
you got a
mullet.
mullet. The mullet is the Muay Thai PED, as the great Joe Comerford says. But no, I thought he was punch perfect, bro. There was nothing that he did wrong, and he was going for the finish. And then third round, he was still going. He was great. I thought he was
Yeah.
really good. I was so impressed. Aside from the highlight of him knocking out Tyler Hogan, I haven't seen him fight. So that was the first time I watched him fight. You're exactly right. He's like a little bit offbeat. He's herky jerky, but not in an ugly way, in a beautiful way.
Yeah, he's quite tight with his guard and everything. Like he looked very like, I don't know. I don't know if this makes sense, but when a fighter does stuff good, it's like they're well put together. Like they're defensively got it. Their attacks are good. Like it's just everything was well put together. Even though it was a bit, even though he is a bit herky jerky, like you said, it looks quite nice, and he makes it look good, and he makes it effective. So yeah, it was a really really good performance from him, and I think that's really put him on the international scene now. I knew of him obviously because from Scotland and whatnot, and like you have like Liam Cunningham and people like that, Corey Chettle, who's been kind of linked to fight with him a few times now. So like I've been watching him anyway, but yeah, really impressed with that performance. It was really good. And
yeah, me too.
Scotland fighters, by the way, there's some serious Scottish fighters, and there was actually one. Keith McLaughlin actually said about. There's a lad called Kyle Donnelly, 55 kilo, he won on the weekend as well. And I didn't watch that fight, but Scotland have got some serious fighters, man. And Nico Carrillo, Stevie Irvin, Craig Marshall.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to miss so many now. That's terrible. But Logan Chan, to be honest, there's so many in Scotland now. They're really, again, like the Irish, they're making waves in the Muay Thai scene. So yeah, it's good to see. And
They're
obviously,
leading the charge.
Obviously Scottish blood. I'm happy to see that. Happy to see that, man. And then we'll move on to Marie. So I thought she started the fight. I didn't think she started great. I'm not going to lie.
She lost the first round.
Yeah, she didn't. And whatever the corner said to her, they must have put a firework up her ass or something, because she come out on smoke, to be honest. And she like done really well in the end. One thing I did say to Georgia, I was watching it with Georgia. Georgia's basically like my tactician, you know, like I've got to watch it with my tactician. She gives me little tips here and there. But I was saying to her, like, we were watching the airport, and I was like, the girl come out good. Like Marie's opponent come out really strong, but I thought she was doing too much too soon, and it's a 5-round fight, and it looked like Marie was just weathering the storm, a bit like Gaethje and Poirier. Really, like it looked like, I'm going to let you go as much as you want, but I was watching her running around and like moving around a lot, and I was like, she's going to run out of gas. I literally said it to Georgia. I said, she's going to run out of gas, because you could just see it kind of the tide turning a little bit, and Marie was always on the front foot. But like, just this girl was working a lot, but it was like Marie was making her work. And then in the end, she just got grabbed hold in the clinch, and then ended it with, again, the Muay Thai clinch.
It's the clinch. You know what I found funny? This is what I wanted to talk about. Because when Marie fought Barbara Aguiar, the clinch queen, who was known for her clinch, how much did they break up that clinch? Like, I don't know if you remember, but they literally would not let Barbara clinch at all.
Was that,
they kept
breaking? They fought
it
twice, didn't they?
Yes.
It's 1-1.
Oh,
pretty sure it's 1-1.
I think she lost the first one. I could be getting this totally wrong.
No, so I think Barbara lost the first, and I think they rematched and Barbara beat her. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay, so that's why she got the title back. But in the first one, they didn't let Barbara clinch at all. And it's funny, like in this fight, they let Marie clinch more than they let Barbara clinch. So it was just weird to me, the inconsistency kind of throws back to one of our previous podcasts, talking about inconsistencies in the way they ref it. Weird.
It is a bit weird with the RWS sometimes. Like, sometimes they really allow the clinch, sometimes they don't. But also, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like George actually made a good point. To be fair, when we were watching it, she's saying like, this girl, because obviously I've told Georgia the background, that Marie is like, she speaks fluent Thai, so she's good for the Thai audience. She's got quite a big following now. She's blonde hair, fair hair, so like she's got she's very marketable, and she's obviously a good fighter. Like maybe sometimes that helps.
Yeah,
get you a little bit.
What you're saying, bro.
Yeah, maybe sometimes that just helps, and that's just. I guess that's just how it is sometimes, isn't it? Like, which is it's not right, but that's just. I feel like that's just how things go sometimes.
Yeah, because they're a business at the end of the day. They're not doing this. It's not the Guinness World Book of Records. Like, it's not for a charity. It's like they're a business and they want a marketable fighter. And Marie is very, very marketable. And, you know, Barbara is too. She has such a following. But I think they probably are looking at Marie and going, like, we can reach such an audience here. And so they kind of want her as champ. But with that being said, like, nothing to take away from her performance. Like, she actually is awesome. Like, she's sick.
She's really good. Yeah,
I remember watching her on One Championship, and she was a bit like green.
I remember that.
And a bit like, right? She got knocked out by Anissa Mexon, I think.
Yeah.
And she just wasn't like maybe ready for that, or maybe that style just doesn't suit her. But it didn't look like she was ready for that yet. And now in her current form, she's really looking like a killer. And yeah, I'm happy for her. I'm happy that she won. I think she is a good champion. She is what women's Muay Thai needs, is people who maybe like, you know, because do you ever get this, like, women come in and they go like, I want to do Muay Thai, but I don't want to look like a man. And it's like, You
Yeah.
really won't. You're not going to look like a man. Look at the
Mm.
champion of the world. She looks like any girl you'd see down at the club, at the bar, whatever.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to end up looking like a man. Don't worry. You can do Muay Thai and look nice as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a
So
good
yeah,
ambassador.
it's so true. I'm just looking at the rankings of her her division, and Maria. There's the Brazilian girl. I'm
Oh,
pretty
Maria
sure.
Eduardo.
Yeah, there's Maria. Yeah, that's it. And there's an
Yeah.
Iranian girl. So there's a few fights for her now. Well, wait. Oh, there's
I bet
Lisa
it'll be
Brit.
Maria next.
Maria. You know what? Just because I'm biased and she's my friend, but uh, Lisa is ranked in that rankings at number 9. Lisa Brearley. I would like to
Yeah.
see Lisa fight Marie. That'd be good.
She's
But
sick. She's so
maybe
good.
maybe one more fight, one more win. They maybe will give her that opportunity. But
Yeah.
yeah, some good fights, man. Good female fights. Like I said, that was a question that come up, and it was about up and coming fights. But there's been some good female fights lately. So yeah, it's good.
It's
It's good to
kicking
see.
off. We're not
Yeah.
needing up and coming fights. Like they're all the time now. Like it's
Mm.
happening. Now is the time. If you're listening to this, I'm gonna inspirational speech. If you're listening to this, ba, 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 and you are a woman who's into Muay Thai, ba, 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 and you're wondering whether there's a future for it whether there's a future in it for you, and whether you can make it, and whether there's money, and whether there's whatever it is. Like, I actually cannot tell you whether there's money because I'm neither female nor at the top of the sport. But there has never been a better time in history, maybe, than right now to say, fuck it, I'm going all in and see if you can reach the upper echelons of Muay Thai as a woman, because there are so many opportunities now. And we've kind of moved past that. Oh, it's a man's sport. Don't want to see women fighting. Instead, we're like, whoa, did you see what she just did? Like, there's some beauty in women's Muay Thai that you don't see often in men's Muay Thai. Their like agility and speed is ridiculous. And so you
Mm.
see some real ninja shit. And it's like, also it's just super inspirational seeing women killing it. Like,
Yeah.
in Muay Thai, like I think
One
go
thing
for it.
I've always said actually about the females in Muay Thai is I feel like they're tougher than the men, and
Yeah,
like I've seen some horrific fights from ladies like battering each other, and you don't really see many of them go down a lot. Like it's very rare. And like I know people will go, oh yes, because men have more physical power. Yeah, maybe that's slightly true, but I've seen a lot of men giving up. Is what I'm kind of
yeah,
getting at. Whereas I
yeah.
don't really see that of the women, and I don't know if women are just kind of they. I mean, they have to give birth and stuff. So are they just their pain threshold just must be a little bit higher? I don't know.
You know what I think it is? Great point that you bring up. I think it is the survival of the fittest type of thing, because it's like the entry pool for like female Muay Thai fighters is like so small. So
Mm,
let's say I'm going to throw out a random number here. Let's say you've got 1,000 top class male Muay Thai fighters. I'm talking top class, like can fight in on RWS and look great, can fight on one championship and look great, can fight for WBC titles, etc. You've maybe got like 100 females. Now the numbers are probably totally off, but it's like, so those 100 females are the ones who like have really, really got it. Do you get what I'm
mm,
saying? Like they're
yeah.
killers. They got the chin, they got the power, they've got the technique, they got the everything. And that's why they're there. Because while lots of other women would have quit because they go, ah, there's nothing in this for me, because it hasn't been so big, it hasn't been as big as the men's side of the sport. And the men's side of the sport hasn't even been big until the last like 5, 6, 7 years. So
Mm,
a lot of the women would have dropped off, let's say, but the ones who really had it kept going. So what you're left with is just the gnarliest, grittiest, toughest women who are
mm.
just there, like Sylvie Von Douglas E2, whatever her name is, who's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
chasing 400 fights.
Yeah, mad,
Do you know what I'm
mad.
saying? Like, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. She's chasing 400 fights.
To be honest, as well, like with male and like kind of comparing both, let's say, like women have to sacrifice probably a lot more than the men as well, because the men, yeah, you have to sacrifice your life, you have to give your life to it, blah blah blah, like standard stuff. But a lot of these ladies actually put off having kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They have to go through the whole like their menstrual cycle. I've heard stories about like menstrual cycles getting ruined because of their weight cuts, and so I think they have to sacrifice so much. So when that, it makes sense that when you're watching some of these girls fight, that they're so tough because they have to go through a lot. They have to sacrifice a lot to actually be in there. And if they didn't want it, they would easily just say, "I'm out." Do you know what I mean? Because it's not easy for them. So yeah, big up empowering the women, man. That's what we do at the fight business. We're very inclusive.
We are very inclusive. We might even be feminists.
Right, let's chill out.
Too far. Too far. Too far.
No, we've got feminine. We're in our feminine era, you know. No, we're not.
Yeah, basically, we love all and accept all, and we're not afraid to say it, because you could beat up anybody, and I would just call you to come beat up anybody that I needed.
And if anyone was trying to like get in, like if someone was trying to beat me up, you could just clinch them off of me.
Yep.
So like, I'll stay on the outside. If I can just turn quickly, I'll do all of that. But if they actually get me, and there's a few of them on me, you just with your strong fingers.
There's no gloves in the street.
Yeah, no gloves in the street. Jesus.
No gloves in the street. I'm gonna grab on. I'm gonna pop that head like a grape. Pop.
Yeah. Pop. Yeah. That's
like
what we do. But yeah, I don't know.
It was recently actually.
Don't know how we got here from empowering women, but.
I'm gonna tell a funny story now. At that show where that guy got pissed off at me, and usually I'd be afraid because he was massive. I was refereeing.
Yeah.
He was like massive, jacked guy. He was so pissed off at me because I was refereeing and I let the clinch go too long, and his kid was getting like ragdolled. And usually I'd be like, oh shit, what if he like finds me after the event and then I have to fight this giant guy? And I just felt I felt so fine because I was like, Dan's here, he's gonna take care of it.
And then if you said that to me, I'd be like, Max here, he's the promoter.
He's passed out the chain of command.
Yeah. See who else wants to deal with that? Because I didn't even see it. I didn't even see what happened. But you told me how big he was. I'm not on that.
It was massive, bro. It was massive. I was just gonna be brave and go for it. And if I got beat up, I'd be like, Daniel, Daniel McGowan.
Oh god.
Call you in like the cavalry.
But I think we've covered. Did you get any questions actually that we didn't cover?
That's a good point. Thanks for reminding me, because I got a few that are important for you. One was about the Moore fight. Big up Josh Gravesand, who absolutely killed it in another fifth round KO. I forgot. I totally forgot. That was insane, you know what, bro.
Went so off the notes because I was reading the questions, but that was in my notes. So that was actually one of the first things on the notes of the 8 strikes. Yeah, he's I don't know, he's got it. He just got something that, like he said, it's not over until it's over. And he was getting beat again. It happened same against Nicholas Christou.
Yeah,
he was getting beat then and pulled it out of the bag last shot of the fight in that fight. But this time was like the last minute. And mate, that knockout as well is mental. Misses the kick, misses the spinning back fist, but boom, smashes him with the fucking overhand. That was sick.
Actually insane, bro. The balance to pull that off is insane. And the self-belief, it's like massive self-belief. It's like, I've missed the kick. Most people feel dumb after they miss a kick. Instead, he goes, I've missed the kick, spinning back fist. I've missed the spinning back fist. The rest of the people would feel dumb. And then there's just Josh left, who goes like, I've missed the kick, I've missed the spinning back fist. How about this, you cunt? Pow!
Bow.
Right hand absolutely blasts him, bro. Blasts him. He was out cold.
Yeah,
Whereas Nicolas wasn't out. Obviously, he couldn't continue, but he wasn't like out. But Who was it? Sorry, I forgot the name of the opponent. AJ Durrani.
He fought.
AJ
Yeah,
Durrani
AJ.
was out cold, bro.
Yeah, it was bad. It
At
was a bad one.
55 kilos.
Yeah,
55 kilos. Who's doing that in the fifth round at
yeah.
55 kilos?
And
Mental.
after
Anyway,
being
so
beat, a lot of the rounds, to be honest, he was getting beat.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think Josh,
Got knocked
Josh,
down
Josh.
twice, I
I
think.
remember had a really good round one, and then I think from round two onwards, I feel like he started to get beat a bit, and then pulled it out of the bag after that. He fucking,
Yeah.
it was mad. That was a mad knockout. Highlight reel knockout.
So
Highlight reel. Highlight reel.
I read real knockout. Oh, cancelled immediately.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck?
Don't cut that out, Georgia. Leave it in. All right. Also, hi, Georgia. All right.
Josh said
Matchups
hi.
you guys want for two UK Yokkao shows? That was Josh's question. So I'm going to send that over to you and then I'm going to tell you mine.
Two matchups I would like to see on that. So you got, and I'm going to go maybe domestic fight. Let's say, who's number one at his weight class? AJ, not AJ, Josh.
Josh's. Wait. 55. Oh, come on.
It's not Brandon in that, is it? Ty Barlow.
No. Yeah.
Is that in it?
Yeah, it's Ty Barlow.
Ty Barlow. That would be a good fight. I'd also like
Ty Barlow versus Josh.
or
Yeah.
Brandon Chillen. Brandon against Josh be a good fight.
That'd be a sick fight. That'd be a sick fight.
I'm trying to think of a fight, like domestic fight. There's
It's tricky, right? You just get thrown it and then you're like,
yeah, you know when you
this
get asked
jumble
the
of
question, like, I know
fighters.
there's definitely fights that I want to see, but now that you've actually asked me, I'm like, who would I like to see? I really would like to see Fergus Smith versus Louis Fairhurst again, but with normal gloves.
Awesome.
I think that's a great fight. I think Louis is obviously been on a good run, and so is Fergus, but Fergus got beat in his last fight, so I think that could be a good fight to make. Any of them, Fergus versus is it Tyree that weight as well?
Yeah, Tyree Stevens, same way.
Tyree. Any of them guys fighting each other, I think that deserves to be on a big show like Yokkao.
100%.
That's one of my favourite divisions. And then we've got. I actually think someone should just fight Corey Chettle, and like I spoke about this in the podcast with Lewis, and I didn't actually mention his name, but he has fought everyone. He's either won or he's like, even when he's lost, it's been like very tight. Like you could sometimes even give it to him. He's been in some real close fights against the best in the UK. Saying that, we are actually working on a fight potentially on show that we're just talking about. Not the first Yokkao show. It'll probably be the London one, but.
Oh my gosh.
So
You
yeah,
have to tell me after the recording.
yeah, there potentially is news, and that would be a great fight for him. But yeah, just any of them guys at 6. I mean, he'll fight anyone. 61, 63 and a half. We want to do 63 and a half mainly, but he's willing to go down. We've actually managed to get him a fight like in Yarmouth thanks to Bin Tyler, but I think that's a little bit heavier. No, that's 63 as well. No, that's 63. We were willing to go up, basically. He's been offered a few in Cambodia. But yeah, anyone to fight Corey Chettle, I think he deserves a good fight. He always fights whoever. He's on a good run. He's like 3 or 4 wins in a row now. So yeah, I think he deserves it. I would personally, I know it probably won't happen because I know that Brooks tied up, but I'd like to see him versus Brooks Selby rematch as well.
100%, because now Corey's in much better form. It's like he knows who he is now. The way he's fighting now, it's like a fighter who knows themselves and they're fighting within themselves.
Yeah.
I 100% second that and triple that is get Corey Chettle on the Yokkao show. Because it doesn't matter, bro, whether he wins or loses. He always fights super hard, and never like he doesn't miss weight. He doesn't let the fans down. He doesn't let the promotion down. Just give him the opportunity. Yeah, yeah,
Or
100%.
another
I'm
one,
100% on that.
Corey Chettle versus Tommy Lowe.
Oh, what a shout!
That would have
Both
been,
kind of big and rangy.
yeah. Or Corey versus Cave Thompson, who is I think he's number 2 at that weight class, maybe 3. I can't remember. But yeah, there's a few fights. I think I'd just love to see Corey fight Carl Ryan as well. We did.
Oh,
I thought that fight was on in November, but it isn't. And but Corey versus Carl Ryan, any of them, we'll fight whoever in the UK, and we're
yeah,
confident like Corey can beat any of them, but he'll be in a good fight of any of them as well. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
yeah. What's your takes on, and what's your fights that you think?
So I've got selfishly, I want to see Savas back in Europe. So Savas Michael versus Sangmani on
Yeah,
Yokkao,
that'd be sick.
because I don't think they're going to give him that yet. I could be wrong because he was on. He fought. I can't remember the guy's name, but his last
Yeah,
fight was on the Igor versus Sangmani card,
Sangmani fight.
right?
Yeah.
So, and Sangmani lost, and maybe they don't want to give Savas the title shot next. So, Sangmani versus Savas would be sick on a Yokkao
Mm.
card, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's number one. And then number two is I would love to see. Let me think. I can't think of an opponent right now because it's like there's just like 1,000 options. But I think I'd like to see one of my all-time favorite fighters, um, Daniel McGowan, back in the UK on UK soil, fighting on a Yokkao show, just like in the olden days,
I've
absolutely smoking someone.
I've actually been I've been speaking to the promoters, and weird actually, because we've obviously been chatting, and like there's been we've talked about like my kind of what's the word, what I kind of want to do, and like my kind of the process I want to go through to get there,
Yeah, yeah,
of like maybe coming back to fight and whatnot. And it's weird because I haven't even told anyone really, except from like a few people that are like close to me, and I've been getting offered fights a lot lately.
yeah. It's that in the universe, bro.
Yeah, it must be. And then yeah, that said promoters actually have reached out to me anyway and spoke to me about it.
Yeah,
So yeah, we'll see. Like my goal with all of that would be, like, I think it's been no kind of secret that like I've struggled with like injuries over the last few years, or just for a long time of my career really. But I got through a lot of the injuries, to be honest, and then carried on. But it just got to a point where my body was just constantly just felt broken down, and I just thought maybe it's done for me. Like maybe I've been in the sport now 20 years, and I'm young, but it's a long time, and it's like obviously it's harsh on your body, harsh on your joints and whatnot.
yeah,
But so yeah, my plan is to like I was rehabbing an injury that because I still train and stuff like that, but I rehabbed my shoulder not long ago, and as soon as I started doing the rehab properly, I was like, why don't I try and just do this for a full body? Like, I mean, when I say full body, there's a few injuries, there's a few other niggles I've got, and I realised that like maybe I just need to really like my Muay Thai training's always been good. I trained really hard. I've done all of that. I've definitely got the skills and stuff like that. I think my thing would be my mindset would have to change a little bit to not just go crazy hard all the time. It would be the
yeah,
other stuff in between, recovering, stretching, mobility, strength work, supplements. Like I think I have to like really, I think I have to really look after that first. But I haven't said I've said kind of my plans. I'd love to come back and fight, but I'll only do it if my body is at like a certain percentage of like injuries. At the moment,
yeah,
I'm trying to like because I'm never gonna. No one's ever gonna be 100% injury free if you're fighting, but at one point it was just too many injuries. Like it was like
yeah,
it was like
yeah.
compromising me a lot, and then I had like bad weight cuts, and I don't know. I think my body just was done with it when I didn't after my
It
last
needed
fight.
a rest. Yeah.
Yes, and but it's weird now because also the gym was being built at this point of my last few fights, and I was only just starting out with the gym, and I was putting a lot of time into my own fighters, and I was putting a lot of time into making the gym like thrive. And I was doing a lot of PTs at that time, and then I was trying to fit in a lot, and I was just remember just feeling knackered like a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like from doing a lot of it. But now I managed to build my life like to a really nice point where I don't do PTs anymore in the day. I've got my whole daytime free until like the evenings. I've got a really good team around me of lads that will help me out, like teaching classes, covering, and when I need it. So I think I've built that all now, and I've got the perfect time to really maybe focus on getting my body healed and body ready and going again. But I don't want to, like I said to you, and I've said to like Georgia and people like that, like I don't want to put a date on it. I don't want to like accept anything.
Yeah.
I want to get my body to the right level first, and if I can do it, I'll do it. Because I feel like mentally, like I've been watching fights and I've been like, I think I'll beat him. And I wasn't doing that before. I'd kind of completely switched my mind off to like coaching only. Whereas like I've been watching fights lately in the last couple of months and I'm like, yeah, but I think I'd beat him. Like,
Yeah.
and I know I've got that. So I know I've got the competitive edge in me. I just need to get everything right. And I think, yeah, it's time to look after my body a bit better and actually do stuff like the boring stuff probably. But yeah, that's my mindset with it. It's like no date, just get my body in a good position, injury free. Like I said, I train, even though I don't train, I'm not fight fit because I've trained for so many years, and I've also been training like even if it was just strength work and stuff like that. My body's in like half decent condition. Like when you come down, it was the first time I hit pads in a long time, but I was doing
absolutely fine.
Yeah, I was doing 7 rounds, 8 rounds on pads, which to a normal human, they wouldn't be able to just do that without dying. Do you know what I mean?
So boiling hot as well.
It was so hot in the gym. So like, I know that like, I know I've got all the attributes. I just need to get that one part of my my body, or like that one thing, that the recovery and the injuries. If I can get over that, then we'll go again. And I would like to. If I did come back to fight as well, I would want to fight. Like I would want to go for a good run again. Do you know, I don't want to just come back and have one fight and then leave. Like I want to try and be the best in the world again if I was to come back to fight. So, I would only want to fight on the big promotions like Yokkao or RWS, to be honest. So, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I obviously like we're really good friends now, so it's like I would never be pushing for it if I didn't think you were the best. Like to me, when I think about it, like you actually are the best. You're just like in hiatus right now, and I wouldn't be pushing like my friend to come back and get fucked up. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like I've been pushing you for ages, being like, when do we get the return? When do we get the return? Because I just think you do beat all these guys, bro. I think you do beat all these guys. You do go on the run, and like, you know, why not get to like Justin Gaethje finally getting his UFC title? Why not finally end with like the Rajdamnam belt wrapped around your waist, or something equivalent, or just a generational run, and remind everyone, because you were doing it right before Muay Thai got massive, and then you were out and Muay Thai got massive, and it was like super unfair because you had such a fan friendly style. But at the same time, you weren't just swinging and banging. Like you were super technical, and that would go over so well. Like with today's fans, they would love you so much. So we need the return of the Dan. Wait, no, your last name is McGowan, so could have said return of the Mac.
Return of the Mac.
Yeah.
No, that is the plan.
But yeah, I think
the plan. The plan is that is kind of the plan. Like I said, I think there was after my last fight, I was actually going to fight on RWS. I can't even fully remember. They were definitely either matching me or they matched me. I can't actually remember now. But I fucked my hand up again, and then I was having problems with my back and stuff like that at that point as well. but I put so much pressure on that was what I needed to do, that like I was driving myself a bit crazy, to be honest. And like Georgia would probably tell you that, like I knew that I knew that I couldn't at that point fight, but like in terms of physically, but I thought that's all I knew and what to do. You know,
Yeah.
that's all I ever did
Yeah.
do. And I was like, but realistically, like I think, but then it started affecting me mentally that I was physically fucked as well. So I think I did need a bit of time away from it anyway. It's weird because I had time away with the broken hand before, with the surgeries and stuff like that, but I've had to get through all of that. But then there was obviously, you're not just masking that one injury. Like you've not just got that one injury. The hand really fucked me up obviously for years. But like I've been having problems with my shoulder, my back, like hip, like just there's so many injuries, and you mask all of them. But it gets to a point where you're like, all right, I need to actually fix myself, because although I do want to fight again, I also don't want to live the rest of my life after I finish fighting absolutely crippled. So
Nah.
so I'm in this weird like place at the moment where I'm like, all right, I need to do this all correctly, as best of my to the best of my ability as possible, if I want to have a go at this. Do you know what I mean? So that's
Well,
the plan anyway.
let's shout out Paolo, because he's either gonna love it or hate it. You've got a mad scientist on your team,
Mm-hmm.
Paolo Nutini, Paolo Nuttolini. The most jacked Italian known to man.
You know.
And he's really good. And I think like you and him together, I think you're
Mm.
going to get it all sorted. I've seen the two of
We've
you working, and he's going to fix you up.
Yeah, we've started already, and then like we've been doing like our S&C training. So I've changed my training back to like fight style S&C. But to be honest, I mean, you've seen it as well. It's at the moment it's boring because we're doing the boring shit that I have to do. It's so
Yeah.
fucking boring, but I know I have
Yeah.
to do it. But Paolo's good because he keeps me accountable to just stick to it. Whereas I do want to do some silly billy like training, but I think it's like I need to obviously be careful still. So
Yeah.
and he's the one. So when I go and train with him, he keeps me in check. Like, no, do this. And then if I go, I'm going to go. Like the other week, I skipped for like 9 minutes. I was like, I did 9 minutes of skipping. He's like, why? You know, he don't want me to kill. He wants me to slowly build into it. He's like, why did
Yeah.
you do 9 minutes? I was like, I actually don't even know. I just kind of put the timer on it. It was 9 minutes, so I just done it. And he was like, yeah, but you haven't done that for ages since you like. He's like, you need to. It's good. He's kind of like the sensible head and the scientific kind of head behind it. So he's really good
That's
at what he
what you
does.
need.
Though.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
that's
to
what you
actually
need.
like stepping up the training and like doing some fucking like hardcore shit as well though.
Some mad stuff. Lift some things
Yeah,
with your teeth. Lift him
in
with your
it.
teeth. Yeah.
That's it.
Done.
That's what I'm thinking. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the plan. There is a plan to come back. It's just getting other things sorted before I make a
That's
decision
kind
on
of
when.
that's the breaking news from this podcast. I reckon. I
Breaking
reckon that
news.
that gets clipped.
Yeah.
No, I can't think of a good jingle. Anyway, I might have overdone the jingle bit. I was going to do a breaking news jingle. Psych. Wait, how did we do the same note, bro?
Did we do the same thing? I didn't even hear it
Well,
because
you
we said it at the
went,
same time. I couldn't hear you.
but I went for the same note.
Mad, mad jingle brothers. Um, on
That's
that
what this
note,
segment is called.
I'm gonna have to call it a day. But to be fair, I mean, we covered most topics that were asked of us
Yeah, we
anyway, and
did.
yeah, if we actually didn't cover like every single thing or every single fight on the card, then I'm sorry we ran out of time. But yeah, thanks for coming on, Josh, my boy.
It is my
And
absolute pleasure.
we'll be back again. Well, this will get uploaded, and then there'll be another one next week. And then, like I said, man, fight businesses, we're doing it. We're actually doing it. We're
It's
consistent.
booming. It's really booming. People are really engaging, and we thank you guys for that. Thank you for
Yeah.
engaging. Thank you for listening. People listening to it while they work out. People listening to it while they drive. They're actually really into the podcast, and that is an honor. Again, to be clear, it's not my podcast, but it is still an honor. And yeah, just it's for free. And Dan's time is worth a lot of money. My time is worth a lot of money, and we're making this content for you. So make sure to be grateful for it. And I'm gonna be in England, bro, because I got that fight in Birmingham. I don't know if it will line up, but if it does, then we'll have another beer day podcast.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, because I'm there
Let's
from
do
July
it.
2nd. So I'm just
Okay.
saying.
Oh, that could be good. All right, I'll text you anyway.
Could do it.
Yeah. Sick. Let's do it.
All right. Love you lots, my
Man.
brother. See you later.
Respect. Take care, bro.
Peace. All right, we stopped recording, but then we started again. I always tell you that I love you a lot, and you always tell me like respect or peace out or like take it easy, my brother. What the fuck is that about?
Well,
I'm
on
like opening my
air,
heart. We're on
like I'm
air, and you
thinking
have to
like,
like.
yeah, I need to act because everyone just thinks I'm Mr. Nice Guy all the time. I need to start acting like a fucking animal. Nah, joking. I love you. I
Love you
didn't even
too. Okay,
notice
bye.
that.
I'm always like, love you lots. Still waiting for
You're
it
like
back.
George is like, I said love you and you didn't say it back. That's what you're literally being like.
Okay, all right. Now we're really out. Okay.
All right, love you. Bye.
Love you, bye.